Hello, once again, NSU Spartan fans, Joe Cook, joined once again by head coach Debra Clark as we recap your last game and look forward to the first some more MEAC matchups, the first of the new year, 2012. Happy New Year to you and yours. And as we were talking the last game, a big win over George Mason, 60-57. You guys charged back in the second half there and really hold on for the victory. That victory due in large part to energy devoted to rebounding and those 50-50 balls. I mean, the Patriots, they're a bigger team too, almost all the way around.
Right, and we knew going into the game they were much bigger than we were. We also knew during our little losing streak that we've been out-rebounded. And we knew when we were doing well, we were out-rebounding our opponents. So that was one point of emphasis, the fact that we hadn't been rebounding well. Plus, they came in being a good rebounding team. And statistically, going into the game, I talked to them about everything was very, very close. We had 41 rebounds, they were 40. You know, the big deciding factor were turnovers. They averaged a lot less, and they were a better free throw shooting team than we were going into the game. So I just told them it boiled down to who is going to play the better game, because we're both capable of doing it. And as far as the rebound, if you had told me at the start of the game we had rebounded them by 12, I probably wouldn't have agreed, but I was just really, really pleased that we came back in that area. That's one thing we've really, really been lacking the last few games. And overall, just their tenacity and their poise down the stretch. As you've seen, we've been in a lot of games. We haven't been able to close them out. We got stops when we needed. We didn't foul when we weren't supposed to. We made free throws down the stretch. We made baskets down the stretch. So this is what I've been telling them since November. So now that they've experienced some success in those areas, I think that's going to give us, motivation to and encouragement to do well on Saturday. So I feel really good going to Saturday, as they do too. Because anytime you live success, it helps to breed more success.
Yes, and then one of the big successes was the player Batavia Owens, who led NSU scoring and 16 points, and Rachel Gordon also with the double-double, 14 points, 11 rebounds. And Coach, what do you think it does for the confidence of your post players when they did that going against a bigger front line?
Oh, it can do nothing but enhance their confidence, because again, going into this game, we challenged our post players because the last few games they hadn't been very productive. Rachel was averaging a double-double at one time, and then she did nothing. So I'm really proud of how they responded to our challenge. Batavia, she's a young lady who has been up and down, up and down. Hopefully this game will start her consistency for the rest of the season. She gives us those double points and rebounds like she did, and Rachel gives her double-double. That helps us. Our guards were pretty solid, and I told them before, it's a team effort. We can't win with one or two people doing well. Everyone has to play well.
Yeah, and then, you kind of look back in the game too. The start was a bit abysmal, going 0-9, missed your first 9 shots, and Talia Moulton, she had 4 steals in the first 4 minutes.
Right.
And then you guys settled down. It seems like this team has almost a knack for coming back and sort of waking up when you will.
Well, it seems that we do, and personally, I'd much rather play even keel for 40 minutes, as opposed to playing catch up. But they showed a lot of fight to get back in the game, and I really felt when we went into halftime tied, I thought we were okay. I felt really good about that. And then the stat going into the game was kind of ironic that when we were winning at halftime, I think we were 4-0, and when they're winning at halftime, they're 4-0. So it's kind of ironic we both finished the half tie.
Yeah, and then you're able to pull out the victory. Now you're 6-7, 1-1 in the MEAC, and now MEAC play starts on Saturday, hosting UMES this Saturday, January 7th, and then you host Howard on Monday, January 9th. UMS 3-9 on the year, but they do have a conference win, a victory over Delaware State. Last year we lost to them 72-49. Another game we got out-rebounded. Why do you think this meeting will be different?
Well, I think because our girls are much aware of the rebounding stat, and like I said, like the way they out-rebounded George Mason the other day, I think they've got confidence that they can out-rebound with the best teams in the league. Maryland Lisa Shore is a great rebounding team. They lost, the other night to Elizabeth City, but they also beat ODU. So we have to be at our best. Their inside game is outstanding. They have some guards who are kind of athletic and shoot the ball quite well. So again, it's going to need a solid effort on our part. I think offensive execution is going to be important. How we made plays down the stretch the other night. I think we're going to have to do that on a consistent basis, defend, and dominate on the boards to be successful.
Yeah, and I guess offensively going in, got to go against Darby Gosby. She led the MEAC in blocks last season, standing 6'2", the senior, and she really does control the paint.
Right. She's a dominant inside play, but I think if Bartavia and Rachel and Marion and Cece play up to their potential, they can definitely compete with them.
They had 4 different players that led them in scoring this year, but for the most part, Chelsea Sanders is probably their best player, averaging 12 points, about almost 6 rebounds per game. So defensively, it's kind of almost a balanced attack. So defensively, how do you think you're going to attack?
We're going to mix it up on them. I think sometimes when we throw people off and keep them off balance, that's one of our strengths. As far as, George Mason and teams that are way bigger than us, it's really hard to match up man to man. But the couple of series that we did, I thought our girls did great. But I think we can mix it up well against Merrill Eastern Shore.
Another team we definitely have to mix it up against Howard, one of the better teams in the conference, led by Saudi Dow and Tamara Holmes. Currently, they're 9-5, 2-0 in the MEAC, and also they beat Wake Forest in overtime this year. I mean, this could really be a statement game. They're able to get a victory over one of the better teams.
It's going to be a great game. I was watching film on them before I came out, and Saudi Dow, she's doing everything for them. Very athletic, great read, but just a solid overall player. And I think, again, our strength is going to be in our numbers. Right now, they're going about 7 deep. And I think if we can get a lot of productivity off of our bench and everybody contribute, I think things will go well for us.
Yeah, and last year we were swept by them, but it seemed like in those games last year, either Dow had a big game or Holmes had a big game. But in the first meeting, we had the edge in second chance points, offensive rebounding. Only thing is we shot 21% from the field. So it's like if we can get some shots in and still bring this energy out the boards, we can be in this game.
And we're doing a lot better. I look statistically in the league. I think we're second in field goal percentage. We're about third in scoring. We're top in rebounding. So if we continue to execute offensively, shoot 40% from the field, make our free throws, I think we have good chances anyway.
And given the out-of-conference games that you've played and the tournament in New Jersey, how good do you feel about this team going into MEAC?
Well, I think we've grown a lot from those. I mean, a lot of times we had some, I guess you would say, moral victories where we played teams close but didn't get the win. And it helped us grow because I think all of those games helped us to prepare for the George Mason game. Again, we were in the game, but this time we were able to, be poised and close it out in our favor. So I think we've shown a lot of growth and maturity, and being on the road, a lot of those non-conference games has helped us. So luckily we're home this weekend, the first 2 games of the year, and I think if we just build up and carry over what we did against George Mason, I think it'll be 2 great games for us.
Right, let's see if this George Mason victory can catapult the Spartans into some early MEAC conference wins early in the new year as they host UMES this Saturday right here at Joe Echols Hall at 4 p.m. For more on NSU's women's basketball, you can find it right here at NSUSpartans.com.